Hey friends, Megan Elizabeth here. I'm excited. We're going to do a little bit of chalking today from our supply list for October 2018. We're going to use both our Chalk Couture transfers, which is In All Things Give Thanks, this one, and Fall Leaves, which is this one. And I'm going to do it on the reverse side of a wooden sign that I've actually already chalked. This is a transfer from a little while ago. This is As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I really love it, but we can chalk on the other side as well. Now this side, I didn't paint any chalkboard paint on. This is just stained wood that is waxed with our wax paste. Not our wax paste, our wax, well, I guess it's our, hold on, Chalkology paste wax. So it's like a little chapstick tube of wax that I put on here and I let it fully dry. It just helps when you're doing wood. I find it helps the transfers a little bit more, make it a little bit smoother for your paste. So what we're gonna do, even though I've already done this on my chalkboard here in my office, I want to do this one again, and I want to add the fall leaves to it. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm not going to be doing these little pieces. So that's a really cool thing about Chalk Couture as well, is that you can kind of, well, you can really customize what you're doing to fit what you want it to fit. So this is just going on here. These are wooden signs that Nate prepped for me, and we do a lot with them, and we do sell them as well. We don't just use them in our home. So that's a fun thing. So I'm going to use our fawn color as my primary color here. I'm going to grab my, and these are already pretty well mixed up, but you just want to make sure you give them a really good stir. You want it to be a creamy yogurt-like consistency. And I'm just going to go over these words here. I'll go ahead and do the leaves in this color too. We're going to do some leaf blending for this chalkboard. And I definitely find with wood, I do use more paste than on other, like a chalkboard or a mirror or glass or anything like that. I guess because it's a little bit more porous. Sometimes I feel like it just needs a little bit of a thicker coating, but it's not anything like drastic. It still goes a long way. A little bit goes a very long way. So I'm just going to pull this across. I'm going to fill this in really well. And again, I'm avoiding those sprigs on this one, but I just want to make sure everything's really good and filled in otherwise. All right, so, and remove that excess. Just one final swipe across. Should be good. All right, excess back into the container, and we're going to peel this up. And remember, this is totally reusable, so we'll wash this off. And isn't that like gorgeous? Okay, so we'll wash this off, and I'll wipe this side off with a disinfectant wipe or our magic chalk erasers, and it'll go back on my backing sheet, and I can still use it again. So I've already used this transfer now, what, 4 times this month that you guys have seen, either in our She Makes Club or here in our Tuesday tutorials. So it just goes and goes, which I love. All right, so now what I want to do is cut up my fall leaves, because I want to add some fall leaves around here. And I want to do some color blending just so it really looks beautiful. This hasn't been opened yet. I had more intentions of using this more this month, and I didn't. We really focused a lot more just on the In All Things Give Thanks, but these fall leaves are so beautiful, I don't want to not use them. So we're going to only do 3 of the leaves on here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's a maple leaf. If I'm not mistaken, this is birch. If I'm wrong and you guys are all like, oh, good grief, go back to school, you can tell me, message me in the comments and be like, lady, get it together. But I'm pretty sure that's birch. And I think this is oak, but I'm not, I haven't identified leaves in a long time. So I'm going with that's what it is, and I will at least know because that's what I think they are. But you want to mark the backing of your transfer sheets. And especially when you're doing it on wood, you want to fuzz the transfer for the first time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to peel it off my backing sheet. I'm going to place it on either a towel or my pant leg just to get a little bit of fuzz on there. And I'm going to start placing these leaves on my design here. And I'm even letting them go off the edge a little bit. And I'm probably going to do more than one of each of these 3 leaves, but we're going to just see how it looks once we get them on there and the colors and everything. But this is a really fun way to add just a little bit more of that fall touch. And then I can display both sides of this wooden sign because it just hangs on these little hooks here. All right, so I'm going to open up these colors. This one's definitely going to need a good stir. I'm using Pumpkin Pie, which is Pumpkin Pie and Fauna are our featured colors. And then before we used Marigold and then Garden Herb. And I just want to blend. I don't even know if I'm going to use Garden Herb. I think I'm just going to use these 3, to be honest. I want it to be like really fall looking. All right, so I love my little Chalk Couture multi-purpose tool because it really gets in there to stir well. And it just needs a really good stirring to get that yogurt-like consistency and all those natural pigments to blend back together. All right, so I'm going to do some two-toned or kind of ombre looking, just very, what I'm going to consider very dimensional color effects. So I'm just going to place some on here. All right. Same on this one. Yes, I'm using the tool to place the color. And we're going to grab some Pumpkin Pie. And we're going to place some more color. And we're going to blend these colors all together. And just create some beauty. And we can even add more of one color as we go. This is off the edge here, which is fine. Probably should have done that, but I'm making it like very marbleized is my goal here. All right, so there's one. We'll wipe some of this color off so that I don't get too much of the marigold in Pumpkin Pie, but let's remove this and see. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. All right, hold on. We got to do the next one here. Let's just place some color on there first before we start blending. And we can really make the darker Pumpkin Pie really stand out in parts of the leaf as well. And that's what I just so love and appreciate about Chalk Couture is that you really can customize these colors and patterns in ways that just pop. They really stand out for you. I want to scrape off some of this excess. I'm actually just going to scrape it onto a piece of scrap paper that I have here because I can still grab this color mixture to do a few more leaves. So none of this is wasted, but I don't want it to go back into this mixture. I don't want it to go back into one of the solid color containers. But there's plenty of paste on there still that to do another leaf or two, I can have that color blend beautifully. Okay, so here we go. Peel this up. It just pops. I love how that looks. It's so very fall. I'm just gonna lay this down. Grab a little marigold. Since I scraped this off, I'm going to grab a little more Pumpkin Pie. And just let those colors marbleize on the top of the transfer. It's gorgeous. I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. And I'm just going to place this one coming off the top here. And I'm going to just grab these colors right off my right off my scrap piece of paper. I'm going all the way to the top edge, pulling it down. And it's going to look a little more solid here because those colors aren't quite as separated, and that's okay. They're a little more blended together on here. So if you want to have a little bit more definition in the color, grab the reverse side here, and let's just kind of add that in right around the edge. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's beautiful. Simply beautiful. Not that I had any doubts, but even when I still, like, every time I do it, I'm still just so, every time I'm just like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I can't believe I just made this so quickly. This is awesome. Every single time I get that, like, wow factor. I'm just pulling it off the paper, brushing it on. This is a little bit more solid again. If you want to get rid of that solidity and have the color variances, I'm just going to grab it off of here. Go over top of it a second time. Blend it together with your finger if you need to. What leaf do I want to use there? I think I want to come down the side with this one right here. I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the pumpkin pie. They're getting pretty light in color with that mixture. So I'm going to go heavier on pumpkin pie on this one, and I'll still blend a little bit of that lighter color in because I think it does look really pretty to have those colors pulled together, but you really kind of become an artist very quickly with this without having to have any professional skills whatsoever, because I can't paint or hand letter or anything at all like I wish I could. And it's so popular, like it's so trendy. These are amazing gifts. They make amazing, amazing gifts. Every time I've given this to somebody, like they just are, like they just think it's amazing. See, because you can really customize as well. You can make it with the fonts that we have. You can do personal names and words that matter and mean something to you. I'm going to do one more leaf down here, probably the maple leaf. Yeah, let's grab our maple leaf just to kind of pop up here. And a little more solid on that pumpkin pie. We'll blend those two colors together. Okay, it's going off the edge. And then I'm just going to clean all of these off. And they'll go back on their backing sheet until I'm ready to do another fall project or until next year. Because they last and go and go, and you can do multiple things with them. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I want to take, let's see, what do I want to use to fill in a little bit? I kind of want to do a little bit of color in these guys. In the chalkboard that I did for on my wall, I think I used a paintbrush or a Q-tip, and I just filled in the colors inside. I didn't try to fill out the whole thing. The other thing that you could do is put the original transfer back on top now that this is dry, and then go over it again with a different color as well. But I'm actually liking how that looks. You can see through the veins still, but it gives it a very different color look. And I'm past the point of having a finger that's clean, so trying to wipe some away isn't working as great as I want it to. But again, I can clean it up with a Q-tip or wipe it away. It still works. It still works. So there you have it. In all things, give thanks. I think it's just beautiful. It's perfect for fall. I can hang this outside. This will wash away. However, I've left several. I did a pumpkin one earlier this season, and it's been out in the weather, in the rain, in the wind. The orange on one of the corners of the pumpkin, I think it was really heavy, the orange color bled a little bit, but the paste itself hardened and it didn't drip at all. However, if I went out there while it was wet and like put some pressure on it and washed it away, it would be cleared right off. So you just have so many options with this. There's really, the sky's the limit to what surfaces you can chalk on, paste on. We even have a permanent ink that if you want it to be heat set, or if you want it to be on there permanently, you can heat set it and the ink will not wash away, just our paste will. It's a water-based chalk paste. It's incredible. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Links are posted for picking up our supplies to make your own at home and fill your craft room with all kinds of new goodies. If you have any questions at all, of course, you can message me, leave me a comment, or visit bymeganelizabeth.com. Enjoy the moments, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.